Now, unless your goal in life is to be a boring person, you probably can't resist the instinctual urge to modify your vehicle. Car guys like you and I, we want to make our car stand out in a sea of neutral colored stock sedans. We want to attract that attention from other car enthusiasts. It's like a friggin' Batman beacon shining out in the night to let everyone know, hey, I'm a car guy and I want to talk about cars and I want to play Forza with my car friends, all right? But when you're just starting out or picking up a new car, it can be a little bit difficult to choose the right path for cosmetic modifications. That's why today, I'm gonna take you guys through the best cosmetic mods that you can buy for your car. But before we get into all that, make sure you guys subscribe so we can fill your feed with all kinds of awesome car content, and give that video a thumbs up. It helps us out a ton and we super appreciate the love. And if you need anything, wheels, tires, or suspension for your car, make sure to come see the experts at fitmentindustries.com. And if you like hood rat car, big smoky burnouts, or you just want to see some behind the scenes action here at Fitment Industries, go ahead and give me a follow at seanb.fi on Instagram. Let's get started. Whether your car is completely stock or heavily modified, you gotta get the tint gels. This is gonna be one of the best bangs for your buck overall in terms of look and function. For just a couple $100, you're gonna get that nice, clean, dark look on that glass that accentuates the car's design elements, other cosmetic mods that you have on the car, and also your trim, whether that's black or it's chrome. It's gonna make it stand out real nice. Even if you have a car that's 200% not worth modifying, tint is still more than appropriate and can still make it stand out without doing something super fast and the furious like, if you know what I mean. You can even go as far as simply adding a windshield banner on the front as well. It usually looks a little bit more aggressive than stock, and the tint's gonna help keep the inside of your vehicle cooler, protecting it from UV damage, and it's gonna make it harder for, passing by little thieves to choose your vehicle as an easy target. And if your vehicle already has factory tint on the rear windows, tinting the front costs even less. Now, I know at some point someone's gonna bring up the legalities of tint, so first off, check your local state laws regarding tint. For Wisconsin, the front windows can actually be no darker than 50% with a limit of 35 on the rear doors and the rear windshield. Now, most cars that have factory tint on the rear is usually gonna be around that 20% mark, so not really sure how that works legally, but just be aware that there is the possibility of tint drawing some negative attention from law enforcement, since most of it is technically illegal. And then after you get the tint done, you gotta get that thing sitting right. You can't be going around putting spoilers and lipstick on without taking care of that wheel gap, all right? You need to go and get yourself some aftermarket suspension. You know when you're going to get that, right? Now, I know it might sound a little counterintuitive to be putting suspension on this list as a cosmetic mod, but trust me, lowering literally any vehicle will make it look leagues better. And it's gonna also give it a much more aggressive stance. So it's gonna help make your other cosmetic mods coming after this one even better. And even if you're on a super strict budget, you can still 200% just get a set of lowering springs. Typically, a lowering spring is gonna get you down about an inch or two, and then you're not gonna have the adjustment that you would with a coilover kit that we have, but they will get you going in the right direction. Otherwise, getting into an entry-level brand name coilover is one of the best suspension plays for your buck right now. The BC Racing BR series is going to start under $1,000, and it's going to bring you an adjustable body and adjustable damping. This means that you can set these bad boys to soft when you're street driving the car and then set them up for competition when you hit the track. Or if you want to up that budget a little bit and absolutely steal the friggin' show, air suspension is going to get the most looks possible. There's nothing quite like airing out in front of the normies at the gas station. Plus, then you get the versatility of being able to adjust your height on the fly for any terrain that you may come across. No matter what your budget though, we have a suspension solution for you. It's just a matter of heading over to the website, enter that year, make, and model, and you can go in and sort by price, and it's that simple. After you get that wheel gap settled, you gotta give it the wheel tire package treatment. There is no better way to change the entire look of your vehicle than getting aftermarket wheels and aftermarket tires. But this is probably also one of the most difficult places to make that decision. There's thousands and thousands and thousands of choices and styles and colors, castings, forgings, rotary formings, sizes, offsets, and aspect ratios. It can get overwhelming very quickly if you're not an expert. Man, it's almost like somebody should start a database where enthusiasts can go to share their full build specs so you can quickly and easily see what fits your vehicle and what looks good for the sake of all humanity. Oh, that's right, we did exactly that, and we have over 34,000 cars in our gallery with a full detailed spec sheet of wheel sizing, offsets, tire sizes, suspension, and whether or not you have to modify your fender liners or roll your fenders or whatever. If you haven't haven't been to the gallery yet, I highly encourage you to use it to your advantage. It's a free tool that can save you some serious time and serious money down the road. Anyway, this is the one thing that's gonna set the bar for the rest of your build. So make sure what you get is something that will actually take you in the direction that you actually want to go. Congratulations, you've got the big stuff out of the way. Now it's time to tie it all together with some additional parts and pieces. The most obvious one that comes to mind is gonna be tossing on some little bitty aero bits. A nice little lip or a splitter on the front of your car is a really easy way to drizzle in some of that aggressive look to the front of your car. It's gonna make the body look a little bit closer to the ground, and overall, it's usually just a straight up more menacing looking addition, especially with canards. But be careful with the canards, it can get pretty gaudy really fast. And it's gonna look like it's gonna freaking pounce on you or something. Following the lips and the splitters, side skirt extensions have become extremely popular over the last couple of years. Just like the front lip, it's a really easy way to get that extra dash or something that's not a giant Fast and the Furious side skirt, but still putting a little something in there to get that sharp appearance. And of course, moving out back, the diffuser is gonna do the same thing that the lip and the side skirts are gonna do for you. It's gonna add some of that aggression and get that really low appearance. Easy peasy, lemon squeezy. It's hard to go wrong with these as long as you don't overdo it. And of course, you can't make it past adding or removing a spoiler. A spoiler, or the lack thereof, is really gonna change that appearance and steer it towards whatever theme you're trying to achieve. Going for that clean, sleek look on your Evo, a spoiler delete might just be the play. I literally just saw a sick Evo 8 this morning with a spoiler delete and it looked absolutely fantastic. Or maybe you wanna make it look like a friggin' time attack car, or maybe you even want to actually make it a time attack car. Go ahead and throw a gigantic freaking spoiler on the thing like gels and demand that attention. Or if you want to do a little something without going full time attack or full delete, a nice additional little smaller profile duckbill or something can really set off the rear end without going overboard and keeping a flowing smooth look. A good example of this would probably be Gel's FRS actually. That carbon trunk with that molded duckbill is so hot. P. And while you're looking at the back, especially if you want the diffuser, exhaust tips are an often overlooked bargain change that can make a huge difference in how your car looks. Whether you're going with something gigantic with a burnt tip all the way to just sort of up badging your tips. The first one that comes to mind for me is, I remember a bunch of like SN 197 Mustang guys were switching from their stock dual tips and going up and getting the quad tips from the GT500, and it actually looked really, really good. And it's that much better if you're doing it to a car with little baby pea shooter tips. Pea shooters. Now that you've got some aero bits, you got the complete wheel, tire, suspension treatment, and you're all tinted up, and now you got your lips did, and now what? Then what? What do you do? Well, this is where it starts to get a little dicey, if you know what I mean. Underglow would be my immediate go-to because it's such cheap fun. Our black label lighting underglow clips are stealthy as hell. They're easy to install. They come with a remote and app control. And since they're just LED strips, they're reliable as hell. And staying on the lighting subject, aftermarket headlights and taillights are an awesome way to both make your car look better, look more modern, and if you're going from a reflector housing to a projector with a nice light source, your driving experience is gonna get way more fun at night. Now, I know there's probably a ton more that you think I missed. In fact, go down in the comments right now and let me know what cosmetic mods come to mind for you first. But these are the first ones that I try to cross off my list when I'm building a car. If you guys want to see part 2 where I choose the best ones from the comments, make sure to give this video a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe and click that bell so you don't miss any of the crazy builds coming your way soon. And of course, you know where to go for all things wheels, tires, and suspension, and underglow. It's gonna be fitmentindustries.com, baby. I'm Sean B.FI on Instagram. Thank you so much for watching. Peace. Peace.